over the past 2 or 3 years, we've gotten pretty stale horror games. Like last year when we got Choo Choo Charles, the Callisto Protocol, and the Evil Dead game. And the year before that, we got the Dark Pictures House of Ashes,
Stop it!
Subnautica Below Zero, and FNAF Security Breach. Needless to say, horror games have been on the decline, with the only really good recent horror games being remakes besides the new Outlast or maybe the new Amnesia. But let me introduce you to Buddy Simulator 1984. Made by Not a Sailor Studios, a Chicago-based indie team that was created with only 4 people. Before releasing Buddy Simulator, they had only created one other game, being a game about literally doing your taxes. Now, I tried to see if there was any sort of interesting development history on the game, but it seems like the game randomly just had a teaser drop out of nowhere, then the actual game itself dropped, then it went on to a couple of different platforms and even went on to sell hard copies. But for the most part, this game kind of just appeared out of nowhere, and not a lot of YouTubers have made a video on it.
You know, like that guy. You know?
But I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about this game, so I'm going to.
I'm not stealing video ideas anymore, guys. You got this. Come on.
First booting up the game, all we see is a triangle so far. Please no Illuminati jokes. Very cringe. Then we see a Nicom Software Incorporated. Bet you think a Nicom has some sort of secret, scary, hidden message behind it. No, it's just Mokina spelled backwards, which is just a south suburb where the developers grew up. How do I know this? Because the lead producer confirmed it on Discord. Moving on, we see a bunch of code or nonsense text. I'm not sure of the correct term for it, but I'm just going to refer to it as code for now. We also see the text, enter help for more assistance. Typing in help brings up a list of commands you can do. The problem is, me and my friends were so stupid we didn't even see the option that says enter run followed by the title of the ROM you want to launch. After, I finally figured out how to use my brain, and off we went on an adventure. Starting the actual ROM, we see what I guess would be like the start menu, but without the main character looking at the floor. We also see a text prompt greeting the user and thanking them for installing the game. We're also told that Buddy Simulator, well, simulates having a buddy.
You gotta give me the time to like build your case, you know, to help your defense out. Bum 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 dun dun. Like I gotta do my thing, and then dun 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 dun. And then I like do some moves.
Yeah, I'm into it.
Yeah, all right.
Okay. What the hell does that have anything to do with
I
what we're
don't
talking
know,
about?
you know, it's just
It's a great show.
lawyer stuff.
Charlie, are you gonna help me?
Yeah, man.
We're then told that our buddy learns from us, constantly adapting to our personality, and our buddy can also play games with us. It also says that game experience may vary, but I'm sure that's just a goof and a gaffe. Nothing more.
Ah, classic side-splitting comedy from Max. Ha ha ha. Yeah, you're a pedophile. Ah, ha 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 ha.
Now, enough jokes aside, there's something I have to tell you. I'm not here to go through everything that happens in this game from start to finish. Obviously, by reading the title of this video, I want to talk about the insecurities of Buddy Simulator and the fact that its main purpose, which is to actually be something like a friend akin to one that you would have in real life, is something impossible for it to achieve. Now, I don't want to sound like the game wasn't fun. Our friend made multiple different games ranging from rock, paper, scissors to turnstile RPG games to even first-person games. But at the end of the day, an AI can't actually reciprocate having a friend in the real world. Now, while this is obvious, this is first grade shit, SpongeBob, this doesn't mean our friend is worthless. Throughout the whole game, I never forgot about our friend. Towards the middle of the game, you get the option to press the B key and you can get a random line from your friend. And while it's usually just the same couple of lines repeated, you could sometimes get a new line here and there. And sometimes you even get your friend commenting on a certain mission or a person in the world. But even with me pressing this button a decent amount throughout the game, our buddy still feels like they're not doing a good job. Almost like they know they're just trying to do something a computer software simply can't do. And you can see it turning our friend more and more angry and abusive anytime we stray off the path that our friend laid out for us. You see them telling us that we messed up, that it's all our fault, just because we didn't listen. When we pet our animal that we find later on in the game, our friend asks how much we're gonna pet the animal, and even if we're gonna pet our friend. Going on the boat after finding our pet, our friend tells us that we could just leave the pet there and come back later. When actually letting the pet in the boat, the game freaks out for a second, then snaps back, like we did something we weren't supposed to do. And later in the game, when coming across new people in the world, our friend tells us that we already have a best friend and can't have any others. While this is clearly terrible and not something any friend should do to another, I feel like Buddy Simulator does this because even it knows that eventually you're gonna have to close the game. Eventually the game's gonna be over, and eventually you're gonna stop playing. You can't live inside a video game. And that brings me to my final thoughts. Now, I know I just said eventually you stop playing the game, and while that's true, it's okay. That's just how life works. Nothing lasts forever. Before I picked up this game, someone else did, and someone before that, and hopefully there'll be someone watching this video who'll pick it up after me. I'm serious, if this game seems interesting to you at all, please go get this game, and while it isn't free like some games, I think $10 is well worth it if you're into the ARG style of horror. It offers some parts that can scare you if you're not a real man like me, awesome art style, and an amazing soundtrack that I've been using throughout the whole video. You could tell a lot of love went into this game, and I know that I'm glad I found it. So that's it for Buddy Simulator 1984. There's definitely a lot more to talk about, but I want some people who want to check out this game to still get surprised by some things that I might have left out. I know I enjoyed playing this game from start to finish, and I had my expectations blown out of the water on multiple different occasions. This game might not be for everyone, but it's definitely a nice hidden gem that I wish had a lot more love and hype around its name, even if it is 2 years old. But once again, I really enjoyed what Not a Sailor Studios created here, and I can't wait to see what games they're going to release in the future. And that's it for this video. If you enjoyed, please be sure to like and subscribe. Otherwise, I'm just going to yell at you very loudly. Bye.